What do we think about this Bentley?
Oh, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, its paint job's done so well, I'm probably not going to put my hands on it.
Should we scratch it up so you can?
Yeah, we should. I think we should.
What do we think about this Bentley?
Dude, that thing's sick.
Would you whip?
I daily it.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. Behind us, we have another badass project in the shop, a 1-7 Bentley. This car right here is another added car to one of our good clients' collections. It's the same guy that has the Gen 1, 2, and 3 of the NSX, Gen 1 R8, a Tom Brady edition Aston Martin, and now he's got this 1-7 Breitling Bentley. Greg's gonna go over all the services we're doing to it. We basically do the exact same installations to all of his cars. This one's getting the exact same treatment.
We are doing full body paint protection film on this thing. Of course, that is the only way to do this. This car is already looking good from the outside, but the interior is what makes this thing even better. And there are 7 of these ever made in the world, and as you can see, this is 2 of 7. A lot of Easter eggs on this one. It looks great. The jets, of course, Breitling has jets. There's just so much about this car that we're going to learn as we're working on it, and some really cool facts. This is only our second Bentley that we've had in the shop. The first one was a Flying Spur, so that one's up there. This one's definitely going to be up there as well, so pretty cool to have another one. All right, so this car already came to us fully polished, ready to go. A little dusty, so all that's really needed is just a panel wipe for us to get started. We'll probably have this car in here for about 2 weeks, that way we're not rushing it, and get it back to the customer so he can enjoy it.
Oh. Bentley always puts big motors in their cars.
Yeah, that's huge.
Gives it that like classy sound when you crank them up. They're not super loud cars, but they have that nice deep throaty sound. All right, so under here we got the 6-liter twin turbo W12. These cars always sound so good with this motor setup. This is in the Flying Spur as well. Continental GT, I think it's in the Super Sport. They're pretty consistent with the motors in most of their cars. So super excited to work on this project. This car is super special. I think he actually had the yellow touched up because it was a little faded, even with 1,000 miles on it. But another thing is this Breitling typically comes as a decal. This customer had this sent off to a local paint shop and had the letters here painted on there. So now they're nice and smooth and you can't take them off. So this car is super special to the client. We're gonna take good care of it. And I think Greg's gonna put some love into this thing for the next week or so.
I've only laid a few pieces, but this car's badass. Everything about this car is basically perfect. As far as paint condition, like the amount of yellow on the car, everything. I just got done laying this rocker, some of the parts on the doors, but I mean, we're doing everything on this car. All the chrome is gonna get covered, all the yellow is gonna get covered, inside the door jambs, and then any interior pieces that I have in this system will get covered. I'm not gonna hand cut anything inside. It's just not worth the risk, and it's really intricate. So you guys know this is a 2 of 7. There's only 7 of these in the entire world. It's a privilege to work on, but some of the Easter eggs we found, one, it says 2 of 7 on the door seal, but there are 7 Breitling jets. So if you notice, there's 7 jets on the dash, and if you look closely, the second one is yellow because that's what this one is. pretty cool feature. Not a lot of people are gonna point that out and notice that, but that's pretty sick.
Yo, weren't you allowed to touch this car?
Ah, damn. They specifically asked for Greg's experience, so Greg is handling this 100% through and through. You know, he's a man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's got it.
So if they f it up, they can blame Greg?
Yeah, just Greg, not me. If anything, they can blame me on the Range Rover, but not the Bentley.
Yeah, this is definitely up there with like Tesla hoods. This you can't go wrong. If you mess this up, it's time to find a new job.
That's great.
All right, so today's the special day. We're gonna bake a cake on the Bentley, which is why I have this wax paper. JK. So there's not a template in my system for this, along with like half of the car, because this is a 1 of 7. It is the same body style as another Bentley, but I want to make sure I'm getting full coverage. So the diffuser here is a little different. So what I'm doing is taping it off and outlining it, and that way I can go onto my table, cut it out on a piece of PPF, and then come back up here, put it on like a pattern, and then make any final adjustments so it's crystal clear tight. Anything hard to do on the bottom of a car, especially on this yellow in a custom car like this, it's always going to be more pain in the ass because of gravity. It just wants to fall, and it doesn't help at all. Yeah. You can get that shot. I'm gonna weed it out. Just roll it out a lot, and then we'll take the cap off, and then we'll roll it back, and then measure it. That's like 120, and this is like 60. Plus another 12 over here.
You want to get wrapped up?
It's Christmas! It's Christmas! I got a fool over here touching my film when I try to roll it up. We are about to do the roof on the Bentley. It is two-tone, so I'm going to do all of the silver on the roof in one piece and then seam it where the black paint starts. Much cleaner install. You won't see any seams. Really the only way, in my opinion, that you should do it. So, in order to do that, we need to have a 72-inch roll, and I just measured it with Cheyenne and Mo, and it is 140 inches.
What?
140 inches long. That's a lot of film. This guy. So in material cost only, this pool is about $400 in material cost. So just for the roof. So if I mess this up, that's $400 just down to disposal, no refund, no tax, nothing. Even on a 72 inch, it's still a little short. You can see I'm probably, with it being tight, I'm probably 2-3 inches off. So what I'm gonna do is pull across, tack it, and then cut a U here in the window to allow myself to move this film down this way, which is gonna give me that extra inch or two that I'm gonna need. I'll see y'all when this massive piece is laid and the car is basically done. Alright, so we are starting to become a scrape armor dealer, which is really nice. But this is a super regular customer of ours. He puts scrape armor on every single vehicle. So what we have to do is test fit all the pieces that come in the kit, and then I have to drill holes where the correct holes are, and then screw them into place, and then put this little silicone in right here to make sure there's no gap. But what I'm doing now is fitting it all up. That way I'm not just screwing holes anywhere on a $400,000 car. So not only does it stop when I need it to stop, but it's also the correct size of hole that I need, so that these screws will self-tighten on their own. Going into expensive cars.
Looks like it fits really well.
It does. Their fitment is like spot on. Fun fact, this car is sitting too far in, so I can't get the drill in here. You probably don't have these tools laying around at home. This is a 90-degree wrench drill sting. Now I can put it in here and drill up when I need to drill up. A little bit of pressure. Boom. This is why you take your car to a good shop, to have the right tools, to have things installed correctly, not the half-ass way. All right, final process of this, scrape blending spray. This is going to help it from getting dry, cracking, allows it to be a little bit more flexible with the car. That way all this stays uniform and up against it and doesn't start like bowing out. So this is what that's for. Nice uniform spray all the way around. All right, guys, it is finally outside. This thing is insane. 1 of 7, like I've said before. I mean, crazy that we get to work on these vehicles. I didn't even know this existed. And then the customer brought it to us, obviously, and I was very surprised. But what did we do? We tinted the windows with ceramic tint all the way around, and then we did full body STEK paint protection film. This film is incredible to use, and then the gloss that it has on this car is just insane. Every edge possible is wrapped. The entire roof is done in one piece, from this trim all the way to the other trim, all the way down this silver to the back, and all the way back up front is in one big piece. I know you saw before. And then it is just slightly seamed here. I can't even feel it outside. The black is a different piece. They don't make a roll big enough to go from the wheel to wheel. That would just be a headache. Every inch of this car is protected. I'm kind of speechless. But with this being a Breitling, it's just another car to brag about, I guess. But all in all, this thing was awesome to work on. Hopefully you guys liked this video. I know I did. This thing is awesome. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll see you next time.